let me ask you a question, because I think all three of us here, me, Alex, and John, we know that over the 20 years of being on radio in San Diego and in Southern California, we can do a lot of good with platforms like these. Mm-hmm. You have celebrity status. Mm-hmm. Has someone like you, who's had your experience, who can be a leader in the community, encompassing, have you ever had a chance to reach out to, communicate with in any way, the likes of a Colin Kaepernick, a LeBron James, people who are considered leaders, not just in the Black community, they're considered leaders, and I guess you would call them thought leaders to all young people, you know, whether you agree or disagree with their perspectives on things. I'm just wondering, have you had communications with other people like yourself, sports celebrities that are impacted by this?
Yeah, so I haven't had the chance to talk to either of them. Colin Kaepernick and I actually share an agent, but I still haven't met him. I would love to. I do respect what he did, and I think a lot of people are maybe having second thoughts about questioning what he was doing when they see the looting, the rioting going on, and they're saying this is not the way to protest, it's not the way to do this. Well, he tried it silently. He tried it peacefully and was fired from the NFL, blackballed from the NFL, and cast aside as someone that was anti-American and completely disrespected. But I haven't had a chance to talk to LeBron. I haven't had a chance to talk to a lot of those people, like you said. But I am proud of a lot of athletes that, especially during this time when they haven't been focused on their sport, they have taken to Twitter, taken to Instagram, and made statements and helped the Black Lives Matter movement. And I think it's important because they can reach, hopefully I can as well. I'm on a much different scale than LeBron's, the Colin Kaepernicks, and those that are have millions and millions of followers kind of hanging on their every word. But I think the fact that they realize they can reach a different demographic than a lot of the politicians. I mean, it's just the way it is that kids might relate a lot better to a LeBron James than they will to anyone that's been in offies for 20 years.
But let me hold on real quick. Let me just make a suggestion. Excuse me, John, really quick. Let me just make a suggestion. John, you ever see, guys, you guys ever see the movie Jim Brown Revolutionary? You ever see that documentary film? I did not. Anybody? So Jim Brown in the 60s with the Cleveland Browns, I mean, he was the star of all stars in sport, you know? And if you guys remember, when Muhammad Ali refused to go into the military, right? Big story, obviously, back then. So a collection of the most influential African-American athletes came together to have what I'll call a conference, if you will. They all met in Cleveland, organized by Jim Brown. And it was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Bill Russell. And listen, I would have to go back into history also. I have that photo on my wall. Okay. So all these guys get together in Cleveland to say, hey, brothers, okay, we all need to get together and we have to come out of here together, united. Okay. Either we support Muhammad Ali not going to fight for America because we understand him, we've heard his message and we believe him and we support him, or he doesn't convince us. And we essentially adjudicate, we don't support Muhammad Ali. I mean, they really were having their own internal meeting. If someone like yourself, we keep saying, you know, superstar tennis player, went to Harvard, you know, lived in the world of white people where all your white pals are going, holy shit, James, I didn't know this was a problem. Sorry, bud. I never really looked at you as a black guy before. I mean, isn't that what you're really saying to us? Yeah. And so if you can get your agent to get together with Colin Kaepernick, who then uses Nike to get together with LeBron. And then all of a sudden, Michael Jordan has an opinion for the first time in 35 years. Yeah. Welcome to the party. And if people like us, white, hello, black and Hispanic over here, if we all have open dialogue and communication, I'm suggesting to you that the picture that hangs on John's wall is the 2020 version. And a dude like yourself, given your experience and celebrity, could potentially organize something like this, man. That's what I'm saying. And by the way, that we all want to be here to help. We got to figure out how to help. because there's so many layers to the problems.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And to hear that there are that many people willing to help, it makes me definitely optimistic that it's possible. I don't know if I'm going to be that one that can start it. I would love to be. I mean, as much as I like to think pretty highly of myself, I recognize that I'm not in the same regard as LeBron James or Colin Kaepernick or Steph Curry or, any of those leaders that we're talking about right now. I'd love to be there. I'd love to be starting it. I'd love to be a fly on the wall for those conversations. But I agree that would be something that would make a huge difference, because the sports world, as we see with it being shut down, how much of an effect it has on our society, on our economy, and just like the psyche of Americans. We're very dependent on sports as an outlet. So for all of us to get together, I do think that can make a difference. So it's a great suggestion. I'll look into seeing if I can get some people around the table.